Yeah, so thanks for having us again. What I want to do today was just talk about three things initially about the first half results, just to give you a highlight, so you've probably seen a lot of that information. Just a reminder about the growth drivers of the industry and where we're heading with the industry, and then talk obviously about H2 and where we're seeing that currently. So in the first half, as Igor alluded to, EBITDA was up 31%. Our EBITDA margins are up from 19 to 23%. So very solid cut through. Our revenues are up 10%, and just having a bit more of a detailed conversation with Igor. Revenues for us are media revenues that we derive from billboard and transit sales, and also production and installation for the installation of the skins and things on those panels. So our revenues, in fact, our media revenues kept pace with the market. The market in Australia is up 18%. I think our media revenue is up 17.5% or so. So we absolutely kept pace with the markets, but obviously the lower production, which has got totally different drivers involved with it, brought the total revenues increase down to 10%. NPAT was up 50%, so a very sound result in the first half. That carried through into July and August. You know, our revenues are again, I think the market was up 14% in July. We're up around 21% and similar sort of numbers into August. So just a reminder of what we do and what's happening in the industry. There's no doubt at all that the fundamentals have not changed, and the ones that I've hopefully repeated to you a few times, and I'll do very briefly again, and that is of audience delivery. So our audiences continue to increase, more populations, more people driving, and that's what advertisers want. So that fundamental is with us and will stay with us, as well as the increase in digital penetration of screens in many different formats. Now you see them in street furniture as well as the large format and in rail environments, etc. So that and the ability for advertisers now to do new different things continues to drive the business, and that's why we've seen such strong growth up until certainly that August number anyway. So moving to H2, I stood here this time last year, and I stood here again in February saying that most of our earnings are weighted towards the back end of the year, and it's very easy to count your chickens too early in this business, and I've been in it for a long time, and I don't think people believe me, to be very frank. But it is a very weighted business towards the back end. And this year we've seen, I'd say, the confluence of two things. The protracted election that went on for 7 or 8 weeks, and even the result of another couple of weeks, certainly dampened business and advertiser confidence around their expenditure going forward. And that combined with the Olympics, so it's not so much the event itself, but it's what it does to advertising dollars. So the event, although it's only 2 weeks, and our revenues in August were very, very good, so it didn't impact our August numbers, but it does take advertiser dollars and concentrate them into extraordinary TV ratings that they normally don't have, and it does take that money and changes the timing of when it is spent. It also changes the timing and potentially the total expenditure of the main sponsors' competitors, and just general advertising overall. So in the last, if this meeting was 7 weeks ago, it'd be a very different story, but the last 6 weeks of, due to these influences, we've found quite a marked reduction in revenues into the last quarter. Enough for us at this point in time to say that we need to revise our outlook for the year. Our visibility is not great. You know, I know pretty much what we're going to write this week, but really not sure about the week after, nor the week after that. Neither do advertisers. So I think the message for us is, we will continue to update you when we hear of any different news than that we've alluded to. But the bottom line is the fundamentals of the business still remain very, very strong. The media market, is relatively flat at the moment, and we've done very, very well, and that will continue. But these events that have occurred that are, thank God, every 4 years and every 3 years, have conspired to impact our business. So we feel very strongly about the strategy that we've put in place, which is through growing more digital screens, acquisition, and buying some other. We've bought 2 businesses, IOM, and about to close on another business called Metrospace, and investing in the digital screens of those businesses is the way forward as well. So we feel very confident about that, but certainly we've had a change of heart in the last 6 weeks about this year anyway.